Sewell report was basically a government commissioned report which said that basically there's no such thing as structural racism, and that it's all in people's heads, and that people of color who say that there is are sort of just carrying personal traumas. It's not something that sensible people believe exists. There's no evidence for it. This is all just irrational, culty behavior, and we need to sort of take back control of sensibleness almost by saying we're not having any more of this nonsense. Things have gone too far. So that's basically what they're saying. What are we saying? What have we been saying? Well, we're not saying anything. We just don't have one. We have no story at all. We are not saying anything. When we do say something, they will say something incredibly racist and inflammatory. We just stand back and say, oh, they're doing a culture war, as though we're dispassionate observers. But we are not dispassionate observers in their story. They frame us as the enemy. And by us, I mean anyone who believes that structural racism exists, anyone who thinks that racism is a problem, anyone who thinks that Muslims should be treated as human beings, and anyone thinks that immigration is broadly a good thing. These are all in this story. Anyone who believes those things, and we know that is anyone from like the center right to the radical left, they are pigeonholed as the woke mob, the enemy. And in this country, this includes institutions like universities and the BBC sometimes in this story. It's not just radical left activists, it's anybody basically who opposes racism and wants to sort of change the world in that way is sort of seen as part of this woke mob, as the enemy, as a threat to Britishness. We are in the middle of this project, and the eventual aim will be to write a story of our own that we can test and that we know works, that we know moves working class people towards organizing around shared material interests, to seeing people as comrades and not enemies based on the color of their skin, their religion, or their migration status.